Well, now, behind me on this particular board are 7 ways on how you can invest in yourself starting from January 1st, year 2025. By the way, I'm making this video literally 3 days before we finish the year 2024. Imagine, can you imagine that? So, if you go ahead and imply or apply these particular points that I'm going to share with you for the next 15 minutes, that would be a game changer. Are we together? And by the way, if you're watching me from my WhatsApp group, thank you very much. I'm delighted. You guys are telling me that you've achieved the goal of 100,000 savings in that particular year. And some of you actually, by the way, that group was had around over 1,000 people. And some of them actually have got their lovers and they have actually done the wedding. What a moment. Oh my goodness. I know you're about to ask me, hey Joseph, how can I join your WhatsApp group? I'll make a video and I'll let you know the moment one will be ready for the year 2025, God willing. Anyway, if you're watching me for the first time, this is Good Joseph. And I make videos as such about investment, savings, and what have you. By the way, I'm the most realistic person. I'm not a motivational speaker, so I don't sell any motivations. I don't need, you get what I'm saying? I'm just a realistic individual. And go ahead and subscribe because I upload a video each and every day. And if you are returning subscribers, always thank you for your eyeballs and make sure that you leave a question on the comment section. By the way, I read those questions and I make videos out of those questions. Let's get on the business now. Point number 1. The very first thing that you're supposed to do starting from January 1st, 2025 is to be responsible of your life. Be accountable. Do not fix your hope upon anyone. Even the Bible calls you a fool and cursed if you fix your hope upon any human being. Listen, be responsible. See, it is if you start blaming the government, start blaming your parents because of your lovers, because of your kids, because if you keep on blaming everybody and anybody, you will never win anything. Are we together? Yes, I know the government is playing a part. That's why you don't have some money in your pocket. That's a reality. But does not mean overly 100% you'll never make it because of the government. Please, the first thing that you're supposed to do to improve your life financially is to be responsible and be accountable of your own life. Do not say, hey, I do not have a job because I did not secure a job. I do not have money because I did not. No, no, no. Be responsible. Ask yourself, what exactly can you do? Right now, what can you do? You know, with the skills that you have, what can you actually apply so that you can be able to earn something? So the first thing is to be accountable and responsible of your life, your own life as an adult. And that's the difference between a kid and an adult, is to be responsible of your life. You ask yourself, yes, I may not be able to save 100K in a month. I may not be able to even save 10K in a month. I can save 1,000. I can save 500. I'm a student. I can only save, say, 200 shilling in a day, $2, $1, whatever the amount of money, just to be responsible of your life. And then continuously you remain constant with that, what you say that you're gonna do, and sacrifice, discipline, and at the end of the day, you're gonna win. Anyway, let's go to the more practical points anyway. That was actually laying the foundation on that. Other thing that you're supposed to do starting from January 1st is to lay down realistic goals. Come on. I know there are things we call them the dream and whatever. By the way, if you ask me what my dream house, my dream car, my dream destinations, I have all those. You know, listen, and I'm not telling you should not dream big. You should at all the time. And as much as you're dreaming big, be realistic in between today and when you're going to achieve that dream. Are we together? I know maybe probably right now you would like to buy like the most expensive. It's true, but how realistic is it based on the amount of money that you are earning? Listen, I told you one thing. Hope is never a strategy. You cannot use hope to win. It does not work. You cannot use hope. See, it's good to be hopeful. That's why I always say it's good. Hope is a good breakfast, but it's always a poor dinner. Start with hope, but don't end with it. See, now, what happens is that be realistic. See, when you're setting a goal, for example, let's say you earn 40,000 in a month, okay? You are employed, you earn 40,000 in a month. Now, if you earn 40,000 in a month, let's say probably you can manage to save, say, 10,000 in a month. So therefore, 30,000 goes for your recurrent expenditures, your rent, your food, utilities, da 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 da. You get what I'm saying? So you're remaining with the 10,000. So there is no way you can tell me you're aiming to save 1,000,000. I mean, I'm not saying it's not possible to save or have 1,000,000 at the end of the year in a period of 1 year, but let's be real. There's nothing wrong with dreaming of having 1,000,000, but let's be real. You get what I'm saying? And I'm not saying it's not achievable. It can. If you do have a plan. For example, let's say you save the first 10, the second 10, the third 10, and the fourth 10. You have yourself 40,000. 40,000, maybe there is an opportunity that's right somewhere. Okay, maybe you can actually seek for supplying, maybe let's say chicken in a certain restaurant. You can buy those chicken from somewhere, then you supply there. Or maybe you can give an order, maybe to supply water somewhere, or maybe you can supply some stationery in the school, or maybe you've given something. You get what I'm saying? Rather than just overly relying on that what you've saved, say whatever the vehicle that you're going to choose to save or invest, rather, let me use the term invest, you can actually sort of use other ways that can actually multiply that money faster, that are realistic. But of course, understand, it comes with its own risks. It is possible. Within a year, I'm pretty sure, even if you're earning 10,000, I'm pretty sure you can even earn 10 million. It is possible, provided you apply. See, there's no way you can tell me you remain to the same job, you'll do the same thing that you did last year. You're not going to do anything. You're not going to explore more. You're not going to add any skills on top of you. You're not going to start being, maybe say, a content creator or something or sort. And then you're telling me you're going to save $1 million. It is not possible. If you just remain the way you are, you must be doing something. See, for you to get something that you have never gotten, you have to do something that you have never done. So I'm trying to sell this idea. When you're picking that pen and paper to write your, what do you call them, the resolutions of 2025, be real to yourself. Assuming the status quo remains, assuming that you remain to 140,000 throughout that particular year, and you can manage to save 10K, at the end of the year, you're going to have yourself 120,000 if you're saving 10K each and every month. True or not true? True. Then you ask yourself, starting 2026, God willing, if you have yourself 120,000, where are you going to channel that money so that be earning you something? See, that is a plan. That is a strategy. And I know one thing what my Bible tells me is that we are the one who have the plans, but God is the one who, he does what finds it right for him. Plans are for the man, but you know that verse? Anyway, let's go to point number 3. Learning how money works. Period. See, if you do not improve your life, if you do not invest on yourself on learning how money works, even if when you have the money, you'll be having a tool that you do not know how it works. So it is good to arm yourself with a tool that it works. A tool which is money, and you also know how exactly it works, so that you can take that tool that you already know how it works, then you can be able to do exactly what's supposed to be done for it to work, for you, for it to earn money. And I always tell you, view money as a tool or an extra tool to help you earn more money or make you money, not as a product to be consumed. Are we together? So the point should be, make sure that at least you understand how money works. And where can you learn this? You can read books. You can watch Good Joseph channels. You can actually follow me. You can actually subscribe. That's why I told you at the beginning, make sure that you subscribe so that you don't miss any video that I upload here. Are we together? I also learn from people. I'm not a monopoly of all the ideas. I learn from people. I listen to these people. I listen to the others. They tell me that. I keep myself some up. You get what I'm saying? So it is good to make sure that you learn about the money. And this is all about the financial literacy. I was never provided to us in our education, but you can be able to learn it out there. And if you ignore, it comes its own expenses. We got the other point is that take care of your physical, mental, as well as spiritual health. Make sure that you take care of those things. Listen, let me tell you one secret. You see, when you are an adult, it's having the ability to understand that your health is your wealth. Taking care of your health, what you eat, how you eat it, when you eat it, and all the things like who are you relating with? Are you exposing yourself to some issues that are affecting your mental stability, your mental health, and everything like that? So it is good to make sure that you save your mental health. Make sure that at least you are safe. Because most of the people nowadays, they suffer from mental health, and this issue is not even spoken out there. I really wish we can have people who are talking about mental issues, because people are suffering. See, whenever you realize that people are complaining about the lack of money in the economy, that comes actually with stress. Let's say you have a family, you have some people to feed, you have some responsibilities, money is not there. Then what do you think happens when you're an adult? You have some mental issues, anxiety kicks in, depression kicks in. So those are mental health and mental issues. Some people, they usually have those anxiety and mental issues because they're having some goals which are not realistic or are not correspondent to their abilities. It's like desiring for an A, but your brain can deliver you a C. See, you'll strain a lot because you're not in agreement with your brain. Your brain is telling you, hey, I can only deliver you a C, but your desire of your heart, you're desiring for an A. Now you'll get yourself into a problem. By the way, I don't know whether you know this. You know, problem creators or the created problems are way more than the real problems or the actual problems that are out there. So be very careful on your mental health, your physical health, your, you know, the things to do with spiritual health and such kind of things. Improve on that. Make sure that at least time to time you find time to meditate, freshen up yourself. If you're saved, if you're Christian, read your Bible, get closer to your God, and such kind of a thing will save you a lot. Again, be careful whom you're hanging around with. People can actually be problems to yourself. Another thing is that there's something called spending wisely. Of course, this one does not need any introduction. Spend your money in a responsible manner. Do not just get your money and anytime you're actually eating out, every time you're eating out is the order of the day and such kind of a thing. Come on. The other thing is find a mentor. Find a mentor, somebody who will be actually be coaching. You can say it's a mentor or can be a coach. It can be a virtual individual, can be a physical individual. From where you work, find somebody whom you admire the way they behave, the way they organize their finances, the way they carry their things and all those kind of things. Be closer to them, ask them, and be careful again. Nowadays, you might actually, some people are calling themselves coaches and mentor. The next minute they're making some funny moves. Maybe it's a gentleman and to a lady, then they're thinking, just be very, we're living in times where people are, I don't know how they are, you know. Just find somebody who is responsible of their profession, you know, somebody who is, I don't know how much I can stress this. How many here, oh, I should not say that. Let me not say that. But find somebody who is a mentor or a coach to help you in one area or the other. If they are good at this particular area, find them. If you cannot take it, for example, yes, I do have a physical mentor and I have another virtual mentor. And now I'm not gonna say who is my virtual mentor for now, but one day I'll share that. You know, it's not something to hide anyway, but it is what it is. So I usually have my virtual mentor, somebody whom I watch a lot. He's also, you know, he makes content and what have you. Anyway, let me just say it. He's a South African guy by the name Vusi Thembekwayo. He's a South African guy. I love him a lot. So I follow his videos. I follow his deliverables and what have you. So anyway, I just love watching that gentleman. He's quite great. He's quite great and he's winning a lot. And I'm so proud of him. You know, he's a son of our continent. So anyway, it's good to have somebody whom you follow, somebody who shares a lot of things, somebody who admire the way they talk, the way they behave, the way they articulate issues and such, even the way they walk. You know, when you have a mentor, you end up copying almost everything because you admire that guy. You know, that's what I'm talking about. See, we got the other one is that encircle yourself with people who are winning. I always love to give these examples. You know, lions and hyenas do not hunt together. Yes, they are all carnivores, but they don't hunt together because they're not on the same mission. So you there, you're not supposed to be hanging around with people who are not the same mission as you. So it is good to hang around with people who are winning as you. And that way you can be able to achieve a lot as far as the investments is concerned. The other one is that learn to say no. This one does not need any introduction. If you learn to say no, you're going to save yourself a lot of things. You know, there are people who go outside, they work, and then they come back home. They have nothing by their name. So it is good to learn to say no. Some things you can actually be invited somewhere where you know you're going to misuse your money. So if you learn to say no, you're going to save a lot on yours. By the way, it's also good to learn to say yes. You know, you can say no to an opportunity. So it's also good to learn to say yes at the same time. Not really at the same time per se, but it's good also to learn to say yes. Another one is that travel if possible. If 2025 will actually allow you, just travel. And travel not to just see the natural things like the mountains, the rivers, the oceans, the seas, and what have you. Just learn, travel and learn and see how people are behaving. How does the environment look like? Hey, you know what? Can you invest there? Can you actually live there? And such kind of a thing. You know, some of us just travel very little and then make a conclusion. Tend to think like where we come from is the ultimate best place. There are a variety of other places where you can just go and make it a home, and boom, there you are. You can actually, you know, be able to learn something. So, but if your home has actually accepted you, just stay there, do your thing. Anyway, that's good. Joseph, as always. If you'd like to get my services in one way or the other, my number is on the description of this particular video. See you there now.